Right then, this is a quick walk around video for an absolutely stunning car. This is a Lexus IS300 F Sport. As you can see here, it's 2015, finished in black, which looks absolutely stunning on the car. Just 34,000 miles on this car, and it is in lovely, lovely condition. Front of the car, styling is just extraordinary. Lights and lenses clear, intact, no cracks or condensation. Bonnet of the car, wonderful expanse of a bonnet, hardly a stone chip anywhere. In fact, I can't see anything obvious. Near side, just beautifully crisp in the panels. Near side front alloy, really good. There is a little bit of paint lift on the wheel, which is quite common on these. I mean, it actually looks fine. I mean, it's absolutely fine, but I'm being very, very critical indeed, because again, a bit of curbing right at the top of the wheel, or it could be the bottom by the time you come and see it, but so the main panel work, as I said, is extraordinary. And then around the back of the car, again, wonderfully clean. Near side, again, just indentation free. It's just got a crispness to the panels which is absolutely wonderful. Really is an absolutely beautiful condition. It's just a gorgeous looking car. Coming into the back, big boots on these cars, and as you expect from Lexus, beautifully finished as well. So coming into the back of the car now, lots of leg room, and the interior is absolutely stunning. Really is in wonderful condition. Coming on the passenger side here, again, obviously electrically adjusted seats, and the passenger seat there, as with the rears, looks pretty much as new. Let's come to the front now. Again, door card all really clean and tidy, likewise footwell areas, and driver's seat again is in absolutely fantastic condition. So inside the car now, engine's running into this section, so the dash can be seen illuminated, and what a stunning interior this is. It really is absolutely superb. See their sat nav working exactly as it should. I love the fact that it's got that analog clock on there. Really is an absolutely gorgeous condition. And then come to the main binnacle, and then as you can see there, we're in kind of normal mode. Switch it to the right, you get the rev counter going to power mode or sports mode, and I love this. I mean, oh, it's so satisfying. The noise just sounds absolutely superb. You can see there 34,932 miles, and there are no warning lights on the car, of course. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and unlock key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus IS300 Hybrid, and it's the F Sport model. This particular car is registered DP15KJU, and mileage at the start of the road test is 34,925 miles. The reason we do these videos is very simple indeed. We just want to make sure that if anyone is looking at any of our cars online, they actually get to see the cars we're advertising and operation. We know, unfortunately to our cost, just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which can look perfectly good in the description and photographs, but only to get there to find out that it's got a fundamental issue that shows up whilst test driving the car. So that's why we do it. We also do it on these very quiet country roads close to our premises, and this actually forms part of the road test route that we take prospective buyers on, or test drive route, sorry, that we take prospective buyers on. The reason for that's obvious. Hopefully it'll then be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So come to the car itself. This is actually only the third, or only the second F Sport we've actually ever had. The other one we actually only had a few days ago, and I have absolutely fallen in love with them. I drive a CT200 myself currently, so I'm very familiar with the hybrid Lexus cars, and we had a Toyota RAV4 which actually uses the same powertrain as this, and it is simply brilliant, which is probably given the game away in terms of what we're going to be talking about through this video. But to go through it, because it is critical in the sense of looking for faults or anything that sort of flags up. But starting with the sort of engine hybrid system. If you've never driven a Lexus hybrid before, you're in for sort of quite a shock, because it is absolutely superb. It is so refined and so smooth in operation. It is absolutely sensational. You've got 3 modes to drive the car in. You've got Sport, which I'm in currently. Oops, do the right one, twist that back. I'm now in Eco mode, and immediately I can feel the throttle response is dull, or duller rather. Press it down, I'm in normal mode, so it's kind of in between the two, but my personal favourite is the Sport mode, because it also brings up this big rev counter in the middle rather than a power meter, which I personally like seeing. Press that little button there, you got the satisfying thing. You've got an information display, the speedo moves across, rev counter moves across. It's just such a nice part of the car. But the hybrid system, as I said, it's the interaction of engine, electric, because it's self-charging, as Lexus now refer to it. You can't run out of battery. You can only run out of fuel. But it is simply genius in the way it interacts, because its interaction is just so smooth. It's imperceptible. It's absolutely incredible. And when you combine it with the gearbox, CVT box, the whole motion of the car is absolutely seamless. Even sort of now stuck behind a car and a cyclist, normally in a conventional automatic gearbox, they can just be a bit clunky on and off the throttle, changing from first to second quite keenly to save on fuel. This is, as I said, it's just so smooth. You put your foot down, it kind of catches up with itself. It's simply brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and it all functions absolutely perfectly, as you'd expect given the mileage of the vehicle. Steering of the car, again, really nice, very nicely weighted. Inputs are rewarded immediately. It's got a precision to it which is absolutely fantastic, and it flows with the chassis of the car absolutely superbly. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and it feels absolutely as tight as a drum on the road. The chassis of the vehicle, as I've said, it's got a wonderful balance to it. It's smooth. The damping is brilliant on the car, because it's got that kind of slightly nuggety feel, but without any harshness at all. But it also allows the car to flow absolutely beautifully through the corners. It really does. What I'm also looking for, by the way, on road test of any car, regardless of make, model or mileage, is just listening out for any noises coming from underneath the vehicle that shouldn't be there, any sort of clonks or rattles or anything like that, and there is nothing at all. It is in every way, it's just like driving a brand new car. I'll get up to speed and I'll give the brakes a bit of a thump as well. Worth pointing out, this is all going to be checked, be MOT'd independently, I should stress, tomorrow. So all these things are going to be checked anyway, but I'm just going to give the brakes a thump. But they're really powerful. And what I'm looking for, particularly on automatic cars, that there's no kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, and there is nothing at all. It's absolutely spot on. So coming inside, the first thing that you notice straight away is a complete absence of any irritating squeaks or rattles. It is sensationally made. The build quality on these Lexus cars is astonishing. It really is. And this is the real world, 5 years down the road, where some of the other competition can be slightly creaky or groany. This is just amazingly well built. It's also a lovely place to sit. The dashboard design is sensational. The seating position, perfect. Obviously you've got electrically adjusted seats, so you can get yourself into the perfect position in the car. But the way the dash kind of wraps around you, you've got the sat-nav all working perfectly, a dual zone climate control system which is pumping out absolutely ice cold air, by the way. I love the analog Lexus clock in there. I think it's a really nice touch. Then you've got, but it's just that the layers of the controls, the ergonomics is brilliant. Your hand sweeps across and can find everything absolutely perfectly, but everything you touch has a really high quality damped feel to it. And I hate this phrase, this touch points, as they now refer to it. But it's true. Everything you put your hands on, the primary controls are just beautifully manufactured. They really, really are. It's also what I like about it. I mean, you can get obviously different configurations, different specs on these cars. I actually love this half leather interior because the cloth in the middle, especially because it's a more sporty feeling car, it grips you really nicely without being overdone. But obviously you don't get that kind of burning hot seats in the summer and freezing cold in the winter. It's got the best of both worlds, in my humble opinion. And as I said, the dash, the binnacle in front is just brilliant. It's so simple. It almost looks small because but all it's giving you is the information you want. And in this case, it's telling me, fuel, my eco meter, because I'm in normal mode currently, and then temperature gauge on the left, which by the way is running just under half, which is exactly where it's meant to be on one of these cars. Steering wheel just feels perfect in hand. The 4:45 or 10:2 position, depending on which you prefer, is defined really nicely. Stitching feels nice. There's no kind of horrible sharp edges to it, which is what you expect of Lexus. Their attention to detail is astonishing. As I said at the start of the video, the point is just to sort of show up any issues there might be with the car, of which there is nothing at all, by the way. But it drives absolutely fantastically well. It really, really does. And I hate to say it, should my CT200, which is currently up for sale, sell within the next week or so, then I will very, very, very happily part with my own money to buy this car, because it is that nice. And I've done it before, so that's not just lip service. I don't say it in every video. I really, really will, because I love this thing, not only to look at, but to sit in and also to drive. It's bordering on motoring perfection in my eyes. As always though, if you've got any questions about the car, do give us a call.